let today's practice have a focus on flexibility and fluidity. And I don't mean flexibility in that you can touch your toes and glue your forehead to your shins, but more of a mental flexibility as we move through the practice. So as I guide you, just have that sort of openness quality, if you can, today to sort of move in the best way for you. So, and just have some freedom and some fun with it. It's going to be a really nice flowy class today. So I really want you to think about a water quality as we practice. Okay, so let's come down into child's pose and we'll begin there. And you can take your knees as wide as you like. Or you can have them a little bit closer together as well. And we'll just allow the sit bones to move back over the heels and the arms to extend forward from the shoulders with the forehead resting down onto your mat. And this is where we're going to begin. And if this is an uncomfortable position, please find something that is more comfortable for you, whether it's seated or lying down on your back. We'll get started here. So begin to notice the sensation in the body, in particular through the spine. And then just invite the breath to meet that sensation in the body. Taking a long inhale through the nose. And exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Noticing the sensation once again, maybe down the spine or around the hips. Inviting the breath into that sensation. And breathing out. With each exhale that you take, start to notice the body really surrendering and softening into this shape, or whatever shape you're in today. And then just keeping your eyes closed, maintaining a steady breath in and out. Start to imagine your breath a little more like a wave. So like a wave that's washing in from the base of the spine all the way up into the chest. And when you breathe out, feeling that wave just draw back into a bigger sea of water to re-energize. So on the inhale, the wave washes in. And on the exhale, the wave washes out. And you might find that automatically you invite more of an ujjayi pranayama or breath. That is that wave-like sounding breath. It's something you can hear and you can feel a little bit more in the back of the throat, allowing you to breathe deeper and to stretch and extend the breath longer. And we're just going to stay here for about 2 or 3 more breaths, but I'll invite you just to change the arm shape a little bit, bringing the palms together in prayer. Maybe walking the elbows a little bit closer together and then just bringing the thumbs towards the back of the head. It's okay if it doesn't touch. Just so you get a really gentle tricep stretch here. And with the palms in prayer pose, go ahead and set an intention for your practice today. And then go ahead and reach your arms forward again, palms placing down. Rest your forehead back down onto your mat and begin to find just the subtlest little physical movement here, beginning with the hips. So allowing the hips to gently slide side to side. And as your hips begin to slide side to side, notice that wave-like movement working its way up your spine and right into your neck spine or cervical spine, which then translates into your forehead rolling side to side over your mat, as if you're massaging out the muscle across the forehead. So imagine your spine just like a blade of seaweed in water. And start to really invite the breath into this movement. And then on the next inhale, grip the mat with the fingertips and draw forward onto all fours. Just gently walking the knees in so that they're below your hips, and maybe sliding the hands back a little further so that they're below your shoulders. And see if you can find a little softness in the elbows so that the arms don't hyperextend, but so they have a soft bend in them. Spread the fingers out really nice and wide, gripping the mat with the fingertips. And from here, just exhale the breath out and round your spine. As you round your spine, draw the navel in and up. And then as you inhale, allow the belly to drop and the hips, the chin and the gaze to lift. Exhale, pressing the floor away as you round your spine. Inhaling and extending and lengthening out, broadening across the chest and the collarbones. Exhale, press the floor away, draw the chin in, scoop the tailbone under for a moment, and then inhale. Good, continue just to move through this simple cat-cow flow, inviting the breath into the movement, into the rhythm. And maybe even closing the eyes here so that you can tune into this fluidity in the spine. Good, and let's add a little more movement with the hips. So we'll lean the right hip towards the right and then shift it back towards the right heel. And then the left heel and around to the left edge of the mat and all the way around. And so just shifting the weight around and starting to open up through the sides of the waist. And these circles can be smaller, so we can just kind of circle around the knee points, or they can be a little bit wider, right? Where you stretch all the way back over the heels. You get a little bit more of that low back stretch. Now close your eyes and allow the neck to be really free, as if it's an extension of the spine, which it is. Okay, so get really fluid-like. Let's start to lose the rigidity. It is no coincidence that I have my fish scale yoga pants on today for our water flow. Let's change direction now, go the other way. That was planned, I have to say. Keep shifting around. Okay, relax your face and your jaw. Let the neck go. And then come back to center, tabletop pose, shifting the hips back over the heels and allowing the forehead to rest down. Good, next flow. Inhale, lift the chest. From here, come right up onto the fingertips. So tent your palms and begin to walk the fingertips. So lots of length in the spine here. Begin to walk the fingertips over towards the right and then back through center and over to the left. So we start to add this sideways stretch a little bit more, but this is still feeling a little bit rigid. So we're gonna get a little more fluid with this as well. We'll start to kind of slide the fingertips forward and around. So you need to engage your core a little bit, feel the hip flexors turn on. And then start to imagine you're raking your fingertips through water. We're gonna start to lift up a little bit more so you can sit back towards the heels and then sweep the fingertips forward and around the other way. And this is just gonna gradually grow. Okay, so raking through that water, then maybe taking one arm all the way up and over so you open your chest and then circle back around. And other side, right arm, and we can start to lift up and press into the shins. Sweeping around, so get fluid, check it out, and then get into your own body. Invite the breath in. Every time you press all the way up, really ground your shins, the tops of the feet, and the toenails. And one more. And then come back to center, and we'll crawl forward onto all fours. Palms below the shoulders, knees below the hips. From here, extend the right leg back, reaching it out of the hip. And you can flex your foot or point your toes. And then just check in that you're knitting in here so that the low back doesn't hang down. So we want to really stay focused on hugging and knitting in through the low belly. Activating the right glute by kicking straight out of that glute. Extending the spine long on the inhale, and as we exhale, draw the knee towards the nose. And extend the right leg back, inhale. And exhale, knee in. Extend back, inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, curl. And on the last one, let's take that right leg back. Let's tick-tock our left shin out towards the left and open up into a variation of side plank, kneeling. So we're on the left knee, shin, and the top of the left foot. The left palm is directly below the left shoulder. Find that little soft bend into the elbow. Reach up, kick out through that right heel now, and point your right big toe down. So it feels like you're internally rolling that right hip. And kick out through the heel. Hold here for 5, 4, add a little squeeze into the belly, 3, 2, and then just drop the right foot down. You can press it down into the floor and reach the top arm over the right ear and let your head drop. And then begin to circle the right arm forward in front of the body, all the way up, maybe back behind you and around. With the breath, nice big sweeping inhale and exhale. The whole time we keep this sort of fluidity, this flow in the right side of the body. We're toning up through the left arm, upper arm, shoulder, and even into the left obliques, the side waist. Yeah, take that the other way just 2 or 3 times to balance out. And then reach straight back up into the right shoulder. Let's lift up that right leg again in line with the hip. And then pivot back towards center. Here we go, lower that right knee down and take your left leg back behind you. Good, knit in through the low belly muscles, long through the spine. Inhaling here as you exhale, left knee in towards the nose and extend back. Exhale, curl knee in and extend back. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach it back. And then one more time. Inhale, take it back and tick-tock your right shin out towards the right. Open up into that variation of side plank, kneeling. So ground down through the right shin, the top of the foot and the toenails. Now lift up that left leg in line with the hip, but dial the left big toe down a little bit. Almost like you're pigeon toeing in the air. And left arm extends up. Just hold here and strengthen up through core, through center, with a smooth breath in and out. Feel every fingertip on the right hand gripping the mat. And then lower the left foot down, reach the left arm over the left ear, let the head hang to the right shoulder. Sweep the left arm in front of the body, back behind you, all the way around. And just start to find that really big windmill with that top arm. Opening up the space through the intercostals between each rib. And that space between the bottom rib and the left hip bone. Change direction of the circles. Let's do 2 or 3 in the other direction. And then reach that top arm back up. Let's power up one more time for a moment here. Toning up through the right obliques, right upper arm, even the right side of the chest a little bit here, especially if you use your whole hand and fingertips. And then release, come back to center. Take your hips back to your heels. Take a different variation of child's pose, maybe with the arms reaching behind the body, forehead down. Maybe stacking the hands, resting the forehead on the hands here. You choose. Be flexible with your pose. And on the next inhale, we'll continue to move. So let's lift up onto all fours. Spread our fingertips really wide, tuck the toes under, and lift the hips back and up, back and up, back and up, until we feel the spine really align with the back of the neck. We feel the arms stretching out from the shoulders. We feel the chest and the belly pressing back towards the thighs. And then we can bring our attention to the backs of the legs and maybe start to straighten the legs a little more, or even just pedal the heels left and right. And let this be your pose here, your practice. So if you need to, just move the head around. You might shake your head no and yes and no and yes. You might really get the hips involved here, kind of twisting and shifting the hips side to side. And let's continue to move like water here. So up onto the tiptoes, rippling forward through the spine, like a wave into plank pose where we engage. And then exhale, shifting the hips back and up into downward dog. Inhale, ripple forward, flexing through the spine and then getting that full extension nice and long in plank. Exhale, bend the knees, shift the hips back and up, let the forehead go. Continue, move through this a few more times. We'll start to feel a little bit more warmth in the front body, in the legs. Keeping that fluid quality in the spine. Inviting the breath to accommodate the movement. And staying flexible and open in your mind. And less rigid. So if that means you want to take a little rest in child's pose, then you do that. 2 more full spinal flows. Good, and then back into downward facing dog. Hang on here. Chest presses back towards the thighs. Find a little lift in the underarms. And a little external rotation through the shoulder heads. And we're going to travel towards the top of the mat here, guys, but we're going to cross our right foot over the left. And then the left foot over the right. So kind of a crosswalk all the way up. And try to really press your foot down into the mat so you get that little side leg stretch as you travel up. Right? We might have to start to bend the knees a little bit here. Okay, make your way into Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of the mat. Feel the feet grounding down. Let the head go, let the arms go. And this might be another place to get just a little bit more watery, a little more fluid. Let the upper body drape over the toes and maybe sweep side to side. Let's take a squat right here. Before we come to standing, we're going to just lower the hips to the heels and take a moment just to rotate the wrists out. So just give them a little stretch, a little love. And then lift the hips up and drop the forehead down. Let's inhale, lifting up to halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, nice long spine, knit in through the low belly. Exhale, fold into your legs. Again, inhale, feel the weight shifting evenly across the feet. Knit in through that low belly. Exhale, fold. And one more time, inhale to halfway. And exhale, forward fold. And then very slowly, we're gonna roll to standing, just taking our time, really nice and rounded through the spine here. Pressing down through the feet as we curl up, up, up. Draw the shoulders right up under the ears and circle them back and down, opening up the palms. Let's take a few deep breaths with the arms. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, press the palms together, bring the hands right down in front of the heart. And two more like that. Inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, hands to heart. And one more time, inhale, reach the arms up. We'll take the palms to the forehead, so thumbs touching forehead. Exhale, fold forward all the way down, releasing the hands to the floor. Inhale to halfway, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Stepping your right foot to the back of your mat. Into a low lunge, drop the back knee down gently, release the toes, lift the chest and the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep the hands to the floor, tuck your back toes under and press back into downward dog. Ripple forward through the spine, so right up onto the tiptoes, and then continue to wave through your spine into that extended plank pose. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog 1. Extend back and up and step your right foot forward. Right foot forward, lower the back knee down, release the toes. Inhale, reach the arms high, hip bones pointing forward. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes under and step forward to the top of the mat, folding in. Take a moment to dangle, hang, or sweep from side to side. And then inhale to halfway, lengthen. Exhale to fold forward. Reverse swan dive or roll to standing. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, let's do that all on the left side. Inhale, reach up, look up. Take the thumbs to the forehead and fold forward, all the way down. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale to fold in and step your left foot back. Low lunge. This time, keep the back knee lifted, guys. Draw the right femur bone, that big thigh bone, back a little. Press down, inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, sweep them down. Press the hands into the mat, step back down, dog. Ripple forward, strong plank pose, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift the hips back and up, downward dog. Step your left foot forward. Glue down that front foot, slide the left thigh bone back a little bit, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, sweep them down. Step to the top of the mat and fold and dangle. Fold and dangle. Inhale to halfway, lengthen up the spine, hug in the low belly, exhale, fold forward. Reverse swan dive or roll up, inhale, reach the arms high, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let the arms just drop by your side for a moment. Bring the awareness to the feet, grounding evenly, balancing the weight evenly across the feet. Feel that softness, that suppleness in the spine, lengthening skyward. Feeling the chest and the heart open. Okay, let's continue to flow. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. This time interlacing the fingers, reaching up and over for a short little half moon stretch, up and over to the right. And then inhale, straight back up and over to the left. Inhale, center, reach up. Exhale, thumbs to the forehead and fold on down. Inhale to halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and step it back, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers out really nice and wide. On the next inhale, ripple forward into a plank pose. From here, lower your knees down to the mat. Release the toes, lower the thighs, lower the hips, lower the navel, the ribs, the chest, and the chin, and rest. It's a quick rest. Slide the hands down a little bit further, in line with the low ribs. Inhale, lift through the chest, press down through the pubic bone. Exhale, ripple on down. So let's start to inhale, and we'll try to curl up through the spine this time. So we inhale, curl up, the chin lifts last. Exhale, lower down from navel to ribs to chest to chin. Inhale, roll up, press firmly into the hands. Exhale, ripple down. So now can you make it a little bit more fluid? Can you invite that water quality in? Start to move on your own. Let the breath accommodate the movement. We'll start to feel a little bit of warming in the arms, in the triceps. We'll do 1 or 2 more. And then when you're ready, please come down, stack your hands and rest your forehead onto your hands. Take a few really deep breaths here. Good, so now we're in the water. We're starting to warm up a little bit more. Let's extend the arms forward. So we can turn on and kind of fire up the back body here a little bit. So I want you to press down through the pubic bones, gently draw the navel in to protect the low back, and float the legs. Just see how that feels. So float the legs, but keep the fingertips plugged in. And then start to kick. So little tiny kicks here. Not too much movement. It's nice and controlled. It's coming right from those glutes. So the legs are straight. Try not to have a bend in the knee. And have a sense of lengthening through the spine. Kick, kick, kick. Nice and long. Guess what we're adding? We're adding the arms. Here they go. And now we're fully swimming. Okay, if this is too intense for you, then keep the fingertips down. Keep working the glutes. Otherwise, if you can, let's get everything going. Kick, 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 extend and breathe. For 5, keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1, rest down. So stack the hands, rest one ear down, and breathe. Okay, second round, the exact same thing. So we'll set up by plugging the fingertips in. Arms are reaching forward, lift the legs, point the toes. And here we go, kick the legs. Don't forget to hug that navel in a little bit here to protect the low back. Try your best to keep the legs straight. Let's add the arms. Here we go, long arms, long legs. Kick, kick, kick. Try not to shake and move your body all around. Try to just have the arms and legs moving. Firming and toning the back body. Balancing all that front body work. Yeah, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest, stack the hands. Take the opposite ear down. Let's bring the chin back to center, slide the hands below the shoulders, press up into tabletop pose. And all the way back slowly. Sliding, extending those sit bones back towards the heels. Coming back into this sort of home base position for practice today, Balasana, child's pose. Forehead down. See if you can regain that quality breath or Ujjayi Pranayama, that wave-like breath, wave-sounding breath. And if you want to find your seaweed spine again, then start to shift the hips side to side. And let's keep going, guys. Inhale, curl up onto all fours. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Crosswalk forward, right foot crosses over, and then the left. It's like a super sassy walk all the way up. Make sure you firmly press down through each foot. Ooh, here we go. And then go ahead and even it out at the top of the mat, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Forehead melting in. On the next inhale, lift and lengthen the spine to halfway. Exhale to fold in. Let's reverse swan dive or roll up. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's continue. Inhale, take the arms high, reach up. Interlace the fingers, stretch up and over to the right. Center inhale, up and over to the left. Center inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, arms wide. Inhale, lift and lengthen to halfway. Exhale, fold and step on back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's move through a chaturanga now. Inhaling forward into a plank pose. We lower with control all the way down to the mat. And then press off the toes to slide forward and up. Upward facing dog, chest opens, press through the hands. And as you exhale, point the toes, lift the hips back and up, downward dog. Take a breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And looking to the top of the mat, step the right foot forward or help it up. So if it lands a little bit short of the hands, just grab onto it, pull it forward. Let's come into that lunge pose, so press down through the front foot and sweep the arms high again, reaching up. And then letting the palms float down as if the hands are floating through water. You know that feeling when you're just floating your hands through water. It's slowed down. There's some resistance. We're going to start to just sweep the hands around to the left and then back through center to the right with a little twist. And back through center to the left. And back through center to the right. Make sure you've got a little bend in that back knee. We start to work into the legs here a little bit more. Sweeping left. Sweeping right with that little twist. Come on back through center now. Reach the arms up. Exhale down to the mat. Step back, please. Downward dog. The sit bones slope high. Chest presses back. Ripple forward. Plank pose. Chaturanga, lower. You can always drop the knees first. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take some breath. Look to the hands and step your left foot forward or help it up. Low lunge to high lunge. Sweep the arms high. We'll get those hips a little lower, so front knee is bent. Reaching up, back knee's a little bit soft here too, and then float your hands down through that water. Sweep the hands to the right. And back through center, to the left. There's that little twist, that wringing out. Inhale, center. Floating the hands right. And back through center to the left. As fluid as you can be. Find that soft, watery quality in the arms, in the fingertips. So it feels really graceful. And then reach the arms up through center, inhale, and exhale, hands down, step on back, downward dog. Inhale to your plank pose, exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale on, back, downward dog. And breathe. Good, let's travel up to the top of the mat. That sassy walk, crossing the ankles. All the way forward. Then have to come up onto your fingertips. And then even out the feet there. Let's dangle and hang. Let's drape or sweep side to side. And then inhale up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good, next inhale, we'll sit back and down into Utkatasana or chair pose. So we lower the seat, reach the arms up, and as we exhale, we're gonna fold over the legs and sweep the arms back behind us. And then lower the seat, inhale, reach up, exhale. Start to let the arms go a little bit more now, like you're dropping your arms through water, splashing it all the way up to the ceiling or the sky. So I've guided you into this. Now you start to take it away. You can move a little quicker. You can really let the drop kind of give into gravity. Let the breath accommodate. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a bend and then an extension, right? So it's a bit of a squat. We should feel some warmth in the legs. 2 more, stay with me. Come all the way up, inhale, reach up, look up. From here, let the palms face down. And then very slowly, just let the hands float down. in front of the face, in front of the throat and the neck, in front of the chest and the heart, all the way down over the organs, the reproductive organs and the hips. And then let the arms rest by your side. Bring the awareness to the feet, ground evenly down through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, dive down. So chest open, arms wide. Swan diving all the way down. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold all the way in and step your feet back, downward dog. Ripple forward, find that flexed spine rounding forward. Exhale, chaturanga to lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Send the knees wide to the edges of the mat. If you have padding beyond your mat, then you can take the knees even wider than the mat. And just rest the forehead down comfortably. Take one or two more breaths, just settling the energy a little bit here for a moment. Grounding down. And then extend the arms forward, activate the arms and the hands, pull up onto all fours. Bring those knees in under the hips. Lift the right leg back and up, and then bring it out to the side, so right knee towards the right, and begin to circle that knee around. We're just gonna do 3 circles, that's 2, and 1 up and over, and then the other way 3 times. So there's 1, up and over, 2, and 3. Awesome, and then kick that right leg back, reach the left arm forward, extend long, hug the low belly in. Inhale, exhale, round and curl 1 time, elbow to knee. Hold it here, keep that knee in, but place the left hand back down, and then whoop, step the right foot forward. Okay, so it's on the outside of the right hand. And we're just gonna shift a little bit here, forward and back. And then we're going to shift forward, keep the left hand down, but wind that right arm back. And then plant it back down. And we're just going to transition into crow pose from here. So we'll take a hip stretch, heel toeing the right foot over towards the left edge of the mat, lowering that right shin down, making sure that the left hip bone's pointing down, and maybe scooting the left knee back so the hips get a little lower. We're going to take the fingertips wide from here and become fluid. Again, here we go, circling the chest around. So fingertips are active. Now get the shoulders involved. And then let it become your own movement. So maybe close your eyes, make sure it feels good. Change direction. And then like a stone sinking to the bottom of the ocean floor or the bottom of a lake or a pond, start to settle all the way down. Settling and stilling the body within the body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just noticing whatever chaos, whatever energy is happening in the body and in the sensation, even if that right hip feels like a minor explosion, can you find this soft, quiet, watery quality beneath it all? Can you still feel this very subtle wave-like movement through the spine with each breath in and out? A washing in and a washing out. And start to press into the hands, start to lift the chest up. Press into the fingertips, draw the shoulder blades together. And then we'll simply tuck the back toes under to scoot that back knee in and slide the right leg back. Ooh, and take a little stretch back here, child's pose. Good, changing sides, right up onto all fours. We take that left knee out to the left and then begin to circle it up and around 3 times. Okay, there's 2. There's 1, nice big circle, and then the other way. There's 3, there's 2, and 1, and then extend the left leg all the way back, reach it under the hips, squeeze the low belly in. Inhale, reach the right arm forward, lengthen out, look down towards your left thumb. And as you exhale 1 time, squeeze elbow to knee. Round your spine, plug it all in, hold here, keep the knee squeezing in. Lower the right hand down and then step the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Take a few little shifts, forward and back. Just tracking the hips forward and back, feeling into this a little bit. This is referred to as flossing, kind of getting these muscles to kind of slide against each other as we shift forward and back. And then come on forward, keep your right hand down. Let's wind that left arm back like a little twist. Breathe here, 1 breath in. Exhale, left hand down. And we'll start to heel toe the left foot across the mat. Coming into our pigeon pose on the other side. So left shin goes down. Check in that that right hip bone's pointing down. Scoot the knee back. And then fingertips wide. Here we go. Let's circle it out. Let's stay fluid. Let's keep the flow. Let's invite the breath into the sensation in the body. Change direction. And then sinking stone, slowly making your way down, down, down. All the way down where it's very still, very quiet, very grounded and earthy. And so all sorts can be going on above you or on the surface, but you have this still quality, this quiet quality now. Start to press up into the hands. Begin to lift the chest. Press the fingertips into the mat, hug the shoulder blades together, and then drop down onto your left seat, left cheek, and swing that right leg all the way forward. And then just coming onto your bottom, knees bent. Take the hands to the shins, lift up through the chest, lengthen out the spine, and then exhale, round everything. And inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale, lift up tall through the spine, chest and heart opens. Exhale, round. Good, and then just very simply, we're gonna come down onto our back. So just make sure you're centered on your mat and then slowly roll down. And take a moment here with knees bent, feet separated, just to rest and allow the back body to open up to the floor. Allow the back of the heart to drop. Allow the hips to relax. Good, and then just float the arms out beside you. A little bit wider, you can turn the palms to face down. And keeping the feet separated, let the knees drop to the left. Inhale, center, and over to the right. Nice, just side to side. Good, bring the knees back to center and then hug them in over the belly. Wrap up, take your arms around your legs and press the thighs in. Try to lengthen the back of the neck a little bit more here. And then we'll extend the feet up over the hips and over the heart. Gentle inversion here. Vaparikarani. So this is a gentler version of shoulder stand. If you'd like to come into shoulder stand, you certainly can do that now. If you're doing that, the feet go up, we take the hands to the low back, press down through the back of the arms and the elbows, extend the legs. Maybe point the toes just to have that energy really shooting out of the feet. Wherever you are, in shoulder stand or just with legs up and hips down, let's all soften the knees towards the belly and the chest. Let's slowly lower the spine down if it's up, and the hips and the feet. And we, of course, cannot complete our watery, gentle flow practice without fish pose. So we're going to come into fish pose next. So to set this up, I like to just prop up onto my elbows here first and really feel them firm down into the mat, and also my palms press down, but really close to the hips there with the hands. And then I start to puff and lift through the sternum and the heart, let the head drop back, and then I might actually slide on back a little bit more here. Let the crown of the head drop back, keep lifting through the chest, and then add the legs and the feet. If you can, bring your toes and heels together, point your toes. Breathe in, heart lifted, hold, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, release the hands down, let the back of the head slide down onto the mat. Let the toes spill open. Allow the palms to turn up. If you need to adjust your neck at all, you can lift your chin to your chest and then lower it back down. And just allow the arms and the legs to soften. See if you can imagine a quality of floating in the sea. Closing your eyes now. We'll take our Shavasana, floating in the sea. Feeling that breath wave wash in and wash out. Without changing anything at all, just notice the sensation in your body. Invite the breath into that sensation. Take a deeper breath in, feeling the chest rise and fill and gently awaken. Bending through one knee to gently roll onto your side and rest there, the knees curling in. You might rest your head on your arm. And then just as soon as you're ready, extend out that top leg, press yourself all the way up and into your most comfortable seat. Sitting tall through the spine, lengthening the spine, allowing the heart to open. Maybe joining the palms together in front of the heart, taking a moment for gratitude for this body that has stepped onto the mat today. May we have more openness and more flexibility in our thoughts and in our actions and reactions. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale. And one last big breath like that. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe it out. Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. Namaste.